So this is where it all started. In 2011, my dad bought this bike, and 15 years later, he decided to give it to me. This is what the bike used to look like. Here's the changes that he made to it. There they are. And here's him giving it to me. And this is what it looked like when I received it. And here's Chandler helping me that very same night that I received it to get it going. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't anticipating for it to just run right off the hop. My dad hadn't run the bike in at least a couple of years, so.
That is pretty quiet. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's go, Chandler!
I don't want to open it up all the way. Ah, fuck it.
Hell yeah, brother! He's ready for the MotoGP.
So I was playing with AI a little bit, and I was coming up with some ideas, and I found this is kind of what I wanted my bike to look like near the end. I also shoved a bore scope down the gas tank, and I wasn't pleased to see the amount of rust that had gathered inside of that tank. So first of all, I had to fill it with vinegar. Tried that a few times. What ultimately worked was using metal prep and then neutralizing the acids with baking soda. I'm sure you could look that up online if you're interested. There's lots of tutorials. I didn't know if you wanted me to keep removing the body filler. So there's one tiny little dent right here, but then like fucking, this is a nice big size fucking dent. So I can keep removing that body filler if you think I should, or I can leave it if you think I shouldn't. And then there's also one tiny little dent somewhere. It's like not even the size of my finger, somewhere else. So yeah, this I guess would have to get filled. Strips. This big fucking dent. And then like that strip. This little pinpoint dent. And the other dent is pretty much like the same size as this one. I just can't find it now. Fuck. whoa, whoa. I just brush painted on some red tremclad on the insides to prevent it from rusting, and then I used a can of rust-oleum on the side peg mounts as well. I got my buddy Dylan to reupholster the seat with red diamond stitching. I'm fucking stoked with how that came out. And because I had the time, I ground down as much rust as I could see on the frame with an angle grinder, a Dremel, and a wire brush on a drill. And then I blasted it with rust converter. And then I put on 2 or 3 coats of tremclad that was thinned out with mineral spirits with an airbrush I got from Amazon. I painted the mufflers and engine mount brackets and starter cap with high temp paint. I got as much rust off the battery box as I could, used rust converter and tremclad. Then I made some brackets for the license plate mount. I ordered some tail lights on Amazon. It is metal, by the way, not plastic. Got some mirrors on Amazon, as well as some turn signals that I believe are pretty fucking nice in my opinion. I like them. Some people don't. Some exhaust wrap, which helped a lot not burn my legs. And most importantly, the new carbs. Oh my lord. Figured this would be a good time to do some narration. The bike is a 1982 Suzuki GS650GL. My dad used to give me rides to school on this bike actually when I was in middle school. And when he called me to give it to me, it was pretty out of the blue. Like, I had no idea he was gonna give me this bike. I mean, I did ask for it a couple times because it did kind of sit around and not get too much use out of it. He did say he rode it a couple times last year, but it had problems. But when I received it, it was technically running. There wasn't necessarily anything wrong with it. I just didn't like the flames. And then I went down the rabbit hole of taking it all apart and trying to make it run in tip-top shape. But when he did give it to me, he gave it to me under 2 conditions. He gets to ride it pretty much whenever he wants, as long as I'm not riding it. But I don't think he knew how much work I was going to put into it. And if I ever get rid of it, it's got to go back to him, which is pretty fair, I would think. And there's other things I would like to do to this bike, like get new bars and maybe paint the brackets and paint the forks. But I figured I should probably just get the time on the bike first, and then during the winter, that would be a good time to do it, because it's the off season. I can't really ride it in the winter. Plus, I wouldn't mind getting some new gauges, maybe digital gauges, but then I gotta convert them from analog to digital, which is gonna be a challenge, I believe. I figured I'd include this neat little feature. My buddy Chandler told me that I should convert the old air box into a storage box, and I'm so glad I did, because this worked out way too well.
Oh, not too bad, thanks. Pretty much my first ride.
Oh yeah, right on. It's a beauty day for it.
Yeah,
As long as there's not too many idiots on the road today.
that's right. I just got the license a couple days ago, so.
Oh yeah. What is that bike?
It's a 1982 Suzuki GS650.
Oh yeah, right on.
Yeah.
I recognized it as an 80s bike, but I wasn't sure what it was. It's in nice condition, eh?
I just did a whole bunch to it, yeah.
Oh yeah, right on.
So hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah.
Alright, cheers. Have a good one.
Take it easy, man.
And that pretty much concludes the video for today. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll make some more videos going forward in the future about this bike. I know I got a lot of footage of me riding it already, I just didn't really want to post it.
Honey.